So before I get into this episode, just want to say it's a special episode. We've got a guest with us who will be interviewing. I'll include all the details below so you can check them out as well. Yeah, but that's about it. As always, feel free to reach out to me. And yeah, let's go. All right, guys, how's it going? Hope you're all doing well. Welcome back to Blockchain and Beyond. As always, I'm your host Farzan. Today we've got a really special episode. I'm joined by a guest. If she would like to introduce herself.
Hey everyone, I am Penny Crayon. I am the creator of the CaptainSquishy collection that's on the Algorand blockchain. You may not have seen me, but I've been willingly and lovingly asked by to come and join in and have a chat with you guys. So thanks for having me.
Yeah, no, I really appreciate it. Yeah, I think I probably just to give the listeners some context. I think we first came across each other sometime in March. I think there was a Algorand London meetup. I think I was there, you were
Yes,
there. We
yes, there
had
was.
we had a couple others, some from Algorand Foundation. We had a few other individuals from the community, especially
Yeah,
from the NFT space, which was really nice.
yes, I think Octo was it the Octo, the Odd Octos was
Yes.
there.
Yes.
Zest Bloom was there, a gentleman from Zest Bloom.
Yeah.
And I think someone from Tiger Chai, but I can't actually
Oh,
remember.
yeah. Oh, it feels so
Yeah,
long ago. I think
I know.
Agash was there from Zest.
Yeah,
Zest
I
Tap.
guess.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was awesome, dude. But yeah, no, it was awesome to meet everyone there. And yeah, so yeah, we met up there, and that's where I kind of got introduced to Captain Squishy. And then I was like, you know what? I'm not really in the NFT space. Let me just get in, see what it's about, and take it from there. And that's kind of where we are now. Um,
So you basically had your first intro base at the meetup.
yeah, pretty much. Yeah, like I looked at NFTs. I kind of understood them, kind of didn't, wasn't too sure what to expect. So I thought, I've met with a creator now. Seems like a great person. I might as well, give it a shot, see how it goes. And now I've ended up with a number of squishies myself, which I'm quite happy with. They're all quite cool looking. Uh,
Fantastic.
yeah. Um. So for the people listening, what's kind of your background before NFTs? How did you get to where you are? What kind of work have you done in the past?
So I am a graphic designer and illustrator by trade. So obviously I've been working in the industry for about 15 to 20 years now. But in terms of how I got in, it was more of a someone shoved me in it, in a sense. So basically, everyone that I knew who was involved in the space was like, "Oh man, you need to get into NFTs. You're gonna love it. The people are gonna love your work, you know." And I kept on saying, "No, mate, I'm not touching that stuff. It's a minefield. I don't understand it." And then I think one day my other half decided to do it for me and found someone that was onboarding people to Algorand. He chose Algorand for me based on the fact that it was green, carbon negative, and he knew that would be a selling point for me because I tend to be the same in terms of my life in general, trying to look after the environment, recycle, be conscious about those things. So yeah, and he submitted a few of my first works. You've probably have a couple. Um, and then yeah, it just took off from there. And I think from that initial shove, I actually did it. I did enjoy it, like everyone did say I would enjoy it, and I have done. And I'm still learning. I mean, I know I've only been in the space. Oh gosh, is it August, September time? Every day is a learning day for me. So I'm picking up new things, I'm meeting some fantastic people, and the Algorand community is absolutely an amazing and welcoming place. I don't think I've ever had any trouble with anyone. I did try and venture into the Ethereum side and literally got freaked out and ran, ran a mile and came back to the safety of Algorand. Yeah, that's a minefield. I think I got freaked out by the gas fees, and the community was not as solid as the Algorand community. I felt like everyone seemed to be like questioning and doubting, and it was just negative space. Whereas Algorand is just positive, and everyone looks out for each other. So I'm staying here in a sense.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that one. I think the Algorand community is probably one of, it's probably a smaller community compared to the other chains, whether that's Ethereum or Solana, but the people are really, give it their all. Everyone's here, for the same reasons. Everyone understands each other. Everyone's always looking out for each other. There's people always helping to answer questions in, on Twitter, on Reddit, on Discord. People are always helping everyone out, and I think that's probably one of the reasons I love Algorand so much as well,
It,
because everyone is just so open to helping.
I fully agree there. They're just so fantastic. And you ask someone if you're stuck, they jump in and help. The community is so fabulous. I know we're early. I mean, Algorand's still developing. We're a small blockchain, so we are growing, and we're obviously a little bit behind the larger ones. But we'll get there one day. And the fact is, if we've got a good community behind us, behind the blockchain, I think we're going to go the distance, and it might stay there longer than anything else. So that's my personal opinion. I'm not financial advice, by the way.
Yeah, no, definitely agree. I think especially recently, Algorand's picked up a bit more steam, not only in terms of the community, but also in terms of Algorand itself, with many of its partnerships. There's a lot of cool stuff going on. Work with FIFA, which
Yeah,
is
that's fantastic.
super exciting, especially with the World Cup around the corner as well. Who knows what could happen?
Oh man, that's going to be
Um,
epic. I'm so excited for that.
yeah.
And the fact that they're taking on like Gotham FC
Yep.
as a sponsor. What's the other one? There was another American, is it basketball or football game that they've started advertising with?
Oh yes, I did read that, but it escapes me
Yeah,
as well. Yeah. Yep.
I think it's slowly progressing. I mean, I don't know, what the outcome may be, but I think once we start getting all that support in terms of, I think it will start growing a bit more. I think a lot of people as well are starting to migrate. I see a few projects from Solana and is it Tezo?
Yep.
Um,
Tezos, I think. Yep.
Tezos and potentially Luna. I
Yes.
could, don't quote me, I could be wrong.
Yeah. No. No. Luna, especially since the recent stuff that's been going on. I've seen
Yeah,
I've seen a lot of people in Algorand actually reach out to projects on Luna to say, hey,
coming out.
exactly, we will help you on board. We will teach you everything you need
Yeah,
to know. Come join us. We have everything you're looking for. And
I think that is fantastic, and I think the community that are reaching out to those people are amazing to even do that.
yeah,
So that just shows the community is so welcoming, and we want more people in and want more people on board. So yeah,
exactly. I'll probably just give a shout out to Agash here as well, because I've seen him. He's been literally filling my Twitter feed with him supporting all of these projects on Luna to help them migrate over. There's been people writing scripts to help people move over as well, which is like insane. People are putting in so much time and effort to,
that is fantastic. It's
yeah.
absolutely fantastic. Is I saw that Agash is now the technical dev on is it Gruffalo Giraffe?
I think so.
Yeah.
I may have scrolled past it, but yeah, there was definitely something on there, um,
That's also a great feat
which
for
is
him to be
awesome.
on board on that project too, because that is a
Exactly.
fantastic project as
Yeah.
well.
I just want to loop this back round to Captain Squishy. So your Discord is called the Toy Box. Is that just
Yes.
a general name? Is that potentially just kind of like the brand, and Captain Squishy is just one sort of part of it?
So so the toy box is more just the area where everyone can just hang out, because basically the Captain Squishy is based on toy characters. So, stuffed animals and stuff. So Captain Squishy is a polar bear. We have Pippa the penguin. Then we have Rusty the moose, or reindeer, as some might call it. We've got a bunny and a chunky chicken, and they're all based on like stuffed animals, just for cuteness sake, to be fair. And I thought that the toy box would be a great hangout because that's where all the toys live. In real life,
Yeah.
you shove all your toys in a toy box, so we might as well just hang out in the toy box, and it's great because then I can emulate a few other areas, like for instance, the games room or the art corner or something. So it's kind of like making it more fun and playful. Because that's what I want my Discord community, as well as my actual community, to be. Is I want you to be in a place to enjoy yourself and have fun, and it's a nice, should we say, encompassment is probably the wrong word for it, but it I'm going blank, so I do apologize.
No worries, it's all good. Yeah, no, now that you mention it, the toy box really makes sense because when I was younger, me and my sister had a giant wooden chest with toys and plushies and everything, and we would call it the toy box.
Yep, that's
Yep,
pretty much it. I had one growing up too, the wooden where all your toys get chucked in there for the night,
yep,
and that's where they
exactly.
live, and where they are the next morning to get out and just rummage and play. So
Mm,
that's the sense, which is trying to achieve with the actual toy box. But I want it to be a community as well. So it's not all just fun and games. I want you guys to reach out in terms of that. We've set up a new channel, which is called the Squishy Standard.
yep.
Basically, that is non-Algorand related, but also Algorand related projects. So if anyone wants information on Ether, on Sol, they can reach out and have a chat, and everyone can kind of give their opinions as well. So it's almost like a newspaper style thing, so we can give heads up and news and all that
Mm.
too. So we're trying to incorporate the whole community from there, and hopefully we can build up to a solid standing where everyone's actually wanting to be there because it's where the cool kids are, in a sense.
The cool kids have always been there. Let's not fool anyone. The cool kids have been there from the very first day. But yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's great to see the community is growing, especially in the past few weeks. I think we've seen so many more new faces. You've got some people to help you run the Discord. It's really exciting to see that everyone's getting on board. People are excited about Squishies. I think your recent drop sold out in like 3 minutes.
Yeah, just under 3 minutes.
Yeah, which is
It's mind blowing. I'm still in awe of it, of how fast it went.
yes. So that definitely just goes to show that people want Squishies. I mean, I guess people love them. I mean, I love my big chick. He is the Northern Light skin. He's kind of
Oh yes, the
cool
chunky
and
chick.
funky. Yep.
Yeah.
Um, and yeah, I've got the Squishleton. He's like a
Oh,
skeleton.
yes, that's part of
Yeah.
my early work. So I did that as a Halloween series before I launched the PFP.
Yeah. So I
Yes,
managed to nab that one on a sale somewhere.
that is
Um,
fantastic. I'm quite pleased with that one, to
and
be
I
honest.
think
I have it printed out on my wall.
we love to see it. Um, yeah. Do you have anything to say about the Algoana collabs that you're doing, or the Squishies in
Okay.
collaboration with Algoana?
Uh, Okay, so I'm obviously currently doing a series of each character as an Algorand collab. And then I think with a lot of projects, you can
Yep.
do a collaboration with Algorand, and I think it's part of the Gilbert Gowanna tree, which is part of who runs the tree fund as such.
Yes.
Um, so anyone can basically do a collab, and then I think the agreement is that you either give full earnings to the tree fund, or you can do 50%. It's up to the creator. For me, I chose to do 50% and then give the rest to Victoria Promise. Both Algoana and me do have has a sweet spot for Victoria Promise. So they've donated two. The creator of Algoana suggested to them because at the time I was looking for a charity that was willing to accept Algorand
Yep.
when I was looking to start the project, and I actually spoke to the people. I spoke to the charity creator, and I just fell in love with them and fell in love with their ethos and what they were doing for families and mothers, especially young women with cancer.
Yep.
Because in there is facilities, and there is stuff in place for middle-aged women who have, say, for instance, breast cancer, or other cancers of that sort. But there isn't anything in place for younger women. And I think it resonated with me because it was like, I'm young, I'm a mother. What happens if this is me? Then I'm going to sit there struggling. And I said, I don't want that. I want to help. I want to help these other moms that are going through this. So I thought this is the best charity to be part of. Obviously, I got to know them a little bit more going along the line, and the more and more I spoke to them, the more and more I want to support. So now I'm just trying to do as much as I can in terms of charity, give auctions to raise more funds for them. I don't know. I went to the summer ball and donated a special printed piece for them to auction off to their the guests on the night. That received some fantastic. I don't know. It just blew up, and it was a grand event. And I think they raised a total of £2,000 just for auctioning the artwork, plus the first of the NFT series that will be dropping soon.
Yeah. So I guess you just kind of slipped that in there, but
Yeah, yeah.
so just to reiterate, you're doing a special collab project with Victoria's Promise.
Yes. So I am. It's going to be purely for them. So it'll be a character based on the one I've designed for them. It's called the Promise Bear, which is obviously connected to Victoria Promise. And we will be selling those off for charity, for the charity. So all the funds will be going to the charity. So that can hopefully raise some awareness for them, so that they can start helping expand their services, hopefully taking their app from national to international status, so that they can have a community of other women going through the same thing around the world to help support each other, and also help expand in terms of their services, be able to get some brand ambassadors on board, so that they can start having, should we say, face-to-face meetups for these women that need to perhaps want to speak to other women in person rather than through a screen. So there is so much more happening behind the scenes at Victoria Promise, but they just need some more funds. And I think this is a great way to just help them, give a little bit extra towards them.
Yeah, no, I'm totally with you on there. I think we've seen what the NFT community can do across, all of the different communities that there are. I think, it's never a bad thing to do anything for charity, and this can, only good can come from it, and it can, help a lot of people. And as you said, it's something that's quite close to you. So,
Yeah, it
you know,
is. It is close. Yeah, and I think it will be close to other people, especially with people that have been affected by cancer. Mothers, fathers, young children.
mm,
So it's a good space to be with, and because everyone understands what everyone's been through and understands, and they're sympathetic, which is fantastic. And like you said, the Algo community, we all seem to rally to good causes. I think giving back is a feel good thing for everyone, but also an impacting thing in the long run. I mean, for the Goanna Tree Fund, every NFT they sell plants a tree. I mean, what more can you ask for? That is a grand, an amazing thing to do, because then we're helping, giving back, and helping with our future. So, you know, and I think there's another thing earlier on. I think back in January sometime they did a massive group auction where they were raising funds for St. Jude's Hospital in America, the Children's Hospital, and they did a fantastic job. I think about 10 or 15 creators submitted pieces for the auction. I think it was a Christmas special. Yeah, so everyone is loving to support these charities for one, but also the projects for two.
Yeah, no, I'm with you there, and I think you kind of leaned into what I wanted to ask next was where do you see the futures of NFTs, either in the digital creative space or the social good space, or even from a technology standpoint, if you have a view on that.
I don't have a technology standpoint at the moment because I am probably the worst person to speak to about tech. But in terms of like possible future, please don't hold me to this. Because you know,
Yeah.
the space is changing, the space is growing, it's evolving so fast that goodness knows where we're going to be 10 years down the line. But I think now, as an artist for myself, I have so much love and so much respect for all the creators out there because these are people that aren't artists in real life. Some of them are doctors, you know, some are tattoo artists, some are just regular people that just wanted to make a difference. You know, I think that these are the people that are going to go far, and I think we might see more and more coming in because of it. In
Mm.
terms of where we're going to be at with NFTs, goodness knows, I'm not sure. You know, it's all new and it could go belly up tomorrow. You know, it's one of those things where it's you just got to go for it and make the most of it, and hopefully it sticks.
Mm. Yeah, and just on that one, for any aspiring NFT artists or artists who might not be sure about the next step or want to venture into the world of NFTs, what would you suggest?
I would suggest definitely research. Research is the key if you're going to come in. If you're going to do an art series, make sure you research and make sure that there isn't anything that's been done before. Yeah, there's going to be loads and loads and loads, but like for instance, there are tons of animals. I was having a chat with a gentleman the other day. It's like, what is not on the blockchain in terms of PFP related artworks? And we were trying to figure out if we could think of an animal that wasn't. It's pretty hard to think to pinpoint it. In terms of your art, make sure it's unique. Make sure it's yours. That's the crucial thing. Make sure it's yours. And if you have paid someone to do it, make sure that you're involved in the initial concepts because the community want that. They don't want you to go, oh, I've just paid an artist here, and that artist has possibly stolen something from another artist, and then you're going to get flagged for it. So let's avoid that. And secondly, you start networking. Networking is the key. Get to know the creators of other projects. Get to know your buyers. You know, get to know them on a deeper level so that you can build good, withstanding relationships with them, so that people have trust in you. Obviously, there are some rug pulls out there. What was the? I can't remember which one it was, but it was the is it Board Alien Club?
I'm
Please
not too
don't quote
sure. Yep.
Please don't quote me
Yep.
on that, but they had some fantastic artwork. They were big hitters in the community, but then it turns out they had stolen the art. So try and avoid that. That is one big, massive thing that you need to make sure your art, if you are a creator, is original. And if it isn't you that's creating it, make sure that creator or illustrator or artist that you've onboarded, it's original and you're working together with that. But otherwise, you know, for me, don't make my mistakes. Don't just jump in the deep end and start swimming. It's a lot harder this way than actually doing your research, understanding the market, understanding where to buy and sell. You know how to gain your community. So if you have all that information, you are plain sailing.
Yeah, no, that sounds like really sound advice. I wouldn't know what else to add. I'm not really in the NFT building space. But it's definitely got a lot of space to grow. I think, especially for digital creatives who have traditionally done a lot of commissions on a lot of different platforms. I think it kind of gives them a new avenue to kind of spread out, build a community, and actually have their NFTs mean something and build an image around them rather than just just the commission that you do for someone as a one-off. You can make a series where you have people who follow you, who love your art, to actually be a part of you, and they get to have a say of what happens next. And I think we're just barely scratching the surface of
We
what
are
NFTs can do.
we are definitely barely scratching the surface. I think it has so much potential. Looking into the space, I mean, there are people that are developing stuff on the tech side for NFTs, and it is mind blowing. Um, but again, who knows? Who knows where we're going to end up because it's just moving so fast and evolving. We're just going to have to see where it takes us.
Yeah, definitely. And I think with that, that's probably all of my questions that I wanted to get through with you. I don't know if there's anything you wanted to add.
No, I don't actually have anything unless I'm happy to come back and answer some of your listeners' questions.
Cool. I mean, in that case, you can probably start to wrap up. So firstly, thank you very much for speaking with me. It's been a pleasure. Um,
Thank you for having me. It's been fantastic.
yeah, and for anyone listening, where can they find you? Whether that's on social media or Discord or
I am on Discord, so we're looking for the toy box, or just head to Twitter, PennyCrayonNFTs, and have a look. All the links are there if you want to find out. We've got the marketplace. You can find all my sales trackings, secondary market, and you can just drop me a DM if you want to. Just if you need help for setting up a new project or you just want to ask me a question, feel free.
cool. That sounds good. I'll probably leave a link to your social media in the description of this
That'd be
podcast video as
fantastic.
well to
Yeah.
help people find the right you. Um, it's always hard on social media. There's so many
Other
fake
projects,
accounts and other
yes.
projects. Yeah, so need to make sure you get the right ones. Um,
My profile picture's a little bit giving away, so you can't miss it.
yep. You can definitely notice that one on your timeline. Uh, yeah, and with that, I guess thank you everyone for listening. As always, if you do have any questions, feel free to reach out. And yeah, if there's anyone listening who wants to be a guest, just drop me a DM and we can probably work something out. But until next time, thank you and goodbye.